Hi. So, in this session, I want to answer the question of who is Melchizedek and what is the order of Melchizedek. So, let's start off with the fun part. Who is Melchizedek? Um, Melchizedek is actually a title that many people throughout history have bore. Melchizedek represents being the king of peace, the king of righteousness over the city of peace. Which is Salem. Salem meaning peace, or Shalom, Solomon. It all means peace. Zedek meaning righteousness. Melech meaning king. So Melech Zedek is the king of righteousness. King of Salem meaning peace. Interesting, what caught a lot of people's attention is that Yeshua presented himself as the Prince of Peace. Yet Melchizedek is called the King of Peace. This is the function, this is the role in which mature sons function from. It's an office. Now, one of the first Melchizedeks, as far as I know, was the nephew of Noah, who was actually saved before the flood and actually lived in heaven. He didn't grow up on earth. That's a story you find in other texts. But one of the first Melchizedeks was Noah's nephew, another being Shem. But there have been many people throughout history who have been in the order of Melchizedek, functioning in the king and priesthood. It says that you're kings and priests in the order of Melchizedek. That is a marriage of the masculine and feminine roles in the kingdom or empire of God. This is embodying the father and embodying the mother, embodying Abba and embodying Ruach HaKodesh, functioning in that kingly priest role and the feminine priest role, functioning high and low while also functioning all around. The functioning of the king being to both functions being that of an intercessor. I have a video where I talk about king, priest, and prophet. You can find it on the channel. But the function of the king and priest both as intercessors, meaning they're filling some type of gap, closing some form of gap, closing the distance between something. The king being the enemy of lack, functioning against economic lack, in the sense that the king handles the finances, he handles the economy. It's substantial lack. The priest, on the other hand, functioning with social divide, setting the social climate between two things. Omnidirectional reconciliation, making sure that everything is getting along, everything is working in harmony and in unity, everything is at peace. But that righteousness part, what does that have to do with anything? It's a king of righteousness. Now, I understand in kingdom structure, the king doesn't necessarily function by righteousness, they function by joy. And that the priest doesn't really function by peace either. The priest functions by mercy, meaning that each function has an area in which it's their strong suit. You could say the priest functions in mercy, the king functions in justice. Now, justice and mercy aren't bad things. They're actually very good things, necessary things, but the misapplication of those things can be problematic. So, as a king of righteousness, well, what is righteousness? Righteousness is right useness. That's just me being extra. But righteousness just means to do the right thing. Whatever is appropriate for a situation, whatever is appropriate for a circumstance. There are certain times concerning a situation where justice, though not a bad thing, may be inappropriate, or mercy, though not bad, may be inappropriate. So it's always best to do the right thing. This gives a fluidity where they're not married to either justice or mercy, that they use either depending on the circumstance or situation. That the goal is for the maturing, that king function, that fatherly function. It's for maturity. It's for maintenance. It's for responsibility. But coupled with the priestly function, it's unity, it's harmony, it's peace amongst the people. Meaning that when you encounter a king of peace, when you encounter someone functioning in the order of Melchizedek, when they're at their mature level, they're able to help you. They're able to help, whether it be an economic issue, whether it be a social issue, or rather it be an identity-related issue. They function as the king and the priest. Two roles who've always been separate, and the closest you get is the high priest, which I kind of believe is a secret pairing of the two. Melchizedek even being called the high priest of God. King priest, high priest, being the same thing. It's a royal priesthood. Once again, marrying those two concepts of being royal as a king, but also divine as a priest. It's the high and the low mixed together, giving you access to whatever realm needs that influence, where the king on his own is somewhat limited. The king only being able to function by joy is limited in the circumstances that might require empathy or might require sympathy. A priest who may be emotionally fluid might be weak in terms of something that may require joy or that may require justice. So when you're functioning in the order of Melchizedek, when you're functioning in that king priest, high priest role, you're able to use what's necessary to solve the problem. I don't want to ramble on too long. Thank you all. Leave comments in the description. Leave comments down below. All of my stuff's in the description. Patreon, Discord, and my book, Fullness Guide to Sonship and Mysticism. With that being said, I'll see y'all in another video. Later.